Hi everyone, welcome to Conic Sections Review Sheets. Let's look at the first problem. Identify the vertices in the foci for the following hyperbola. X squared over 9 minus y squared over 36 is equal to 1. So notice that the x squared comes first and it's positive, so the vertices are going to be on the x-axis. The square root of 9 is 3, so 3, 0, and negative 3, 0. In order to find the foci, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. C squared is equal to 36 plus 9. C squared is equal to 45. Take the square root of 45, which turns into plus or minus 3 radical 5. And remember, the foci points are also on the major axis, which is on the x-axis, which is 3 radical 5, 0, and negative 3 radical 5, 0. For B, it says to sketch the hyperbola, clearly labeling all important features and write the equations of the asymptotes. Now remember, y is equal to plus or minus b over a times x. So that would be 6 over 3x. So that simplifies to plus or minus 2. Now, remember when you are to graph this, it says 2, I'm going to go up 2 over 1, plot up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and continue this. And I'm going to get my asymptotes. And do the same thing the other way. And notice I drew a rectangle box as well. So my vertices were here at negative 3, 0, and 3, 0. And then because I have the 36, radical 36 is 6, so I put here and here, and that's how I drew my rectangular box, drew my asymptotes, and then I drew my hyperbola. Next, for number 2, it says identify the vertices in the foci for the following ellipse. 6x squared plus 24y squared is equal to 24. Remember, you have to equal it to 1, so divide by 24 on all sides. You get x squared over 4 plus y squared over 1 is equal to 1. My vertices are going to be negative 2, 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, and 0, negative 1. To find the foci, c squared is equal to a squared minus b squared. Remember, a squared is your bigger number. 4 minus 1 is 3, plus or minus radical 3. And because it's wider than it is longer, the major axis is the x-axis, so the foci will be radical 3, 0, and negative radical 3, 0. On the next page, number 3, write the equation for the circle whose center is 0, negative 5, and the radius is 4. Now remember, if the x value is 0, it doesn't change, so x squared plus y plus 5 squared, because it's a negative 5, you change the signs. And if the radius is 4, r squared is 4 squared, which is 16. X squared plus y plus 5 squared is equal to 16. Next, look at number 4. Identify the center for the following ellipse. X minus 9 squared over 100 plus y plus 2 squared over 49 is equal to 1. The center is the opposite signs, 9, negative 2. And then to find my vertices, it would be 9, 5, 9, negative 9, negative 1, negative 2, and 19, negative 2. I plotted a little graph on the side to help you. So I first graphed my center, which is 9, negative 2, and then I went up, down, left, right, according to my numbers in the bottom. The square root of 100 is 10, the square root of 49 is 7. Meaning I went up 7, down 7, I went left 10, right 10, and I was able to find my vertices. Next, for number 5, simplify the expression sine theta, cosine theta, secant theta, cotangent theta. So this is a question that we did in the last unit. I simplified secant theta to 1 over cosine theta and cotangent to be cosine theta over sine theta. And you cross out what they have in common. So sine theta gets crossed out, cosine theta, and you end up with cosine theta. For number 6, given x squared is equal to 10y, state the coordinates of the focus and the directrix and sketch. So it's x squared and it has a positive p-value, which means I'm going to be graphing it going up. X squared is equal to 4py, so 10y is equal to 4py. Get rid of your y's. 10 is equal to 4p, divide by 4, and p is equal to 5/2. I know that my vertex is at 0, 0, and the focus, remember, is inside the parabola. The parabola hugs it at 0, 5/2, and my directrix is the same distance away from the focus to the vertex as the vertex to the directrix, so y is equal to negative 5/2. If we turn the page and look at number 7, identify the center for the following circle and the radius in simplest radical form. X squared plus y squared minus 10x plus 8y plus 1 is equal to 0. This is a completing the square problem. Many of you do it different ways. This is the way I do it. I end up getting x minus 5 squared plus y plus 4 squared is equal to 40. My center is the opposite signs, so 5, negative 4. My radius is radical 40, which turns into 2 radical 10. Let's look at number 8. Given y minus 6 squared is equal to 16 times x minus 4, state the coordinates of the focus and the vertex. Sketch. Now, unlike the last parabola question, the vertex is no longer 0, 0. It's 4, 6. The 4 goes with the x, the 6 goes with the y, and they're opposite signs. So I plot my 4, 6 on my graph. Now, it's y squared is equal to 4px. So 4p is equal to 16. Divide by 4 on both sides, p is equal to 4. So that means I have a y squared, and my p-value is positive, so I'm going to open up to the right. Remember, my focus is inside the parabola. The parabola hugs it, and it's 4 away, such as this. And then I'm 4 away on this side. So my directrix is at x is equal to 0, and my focus is at 8, 6. Next, number 9 is a factoring question from the past. A cubed minus 64, this is a SOAP question. The cube root of a cubed is a, the cube root of 64 is 4. So a minus 4, same sign as the original, times a squared plus 4a, which is the opposite sign, and always positive, plus 16. And finally, with number 10, given theta is 330 degrees on a circle of radius 5, find the coordinates of the point where theta terminates. Round your answer to the nearest tenth if necessary. So I have 330 degrees. I don't want to deal with that. I like to deal with the reference angle because remember, we know 30, 45, and 60 when it comes to sine, cosine, and tangent. So 360 minus 330 gives me 30 degrees. And I do have to figure out which quadrant I'm in. 330 degrees is in fact in the 4th quadrant, which means cosine is positive, but sine is negative. R cosine theta, comma, R sine theta. My radius is 5, so that's R. 5 cosine of 30, comma, negative 5 sine of 30, because remember we're in the 4th quadrant where sine is negative. Cosine of 30 is radical 3 over 2. Sine of 30 is 1/2, multiply, and I get 5 radical 3 over 2, comma, negative 5/2. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me on Teams. Have a great day.